Hi, I'm Ahmad Izzudin, one of the 19 students from UPI who went on the study abroad program called IISMA. IISMA is a program organized by the Ministry of Education under the Campus Merdeka Directive. The aim of IISMA is to create a stronger bond between Indonesia and the rest of the world. The aim of IISMA is also to widen the perspectives of Indonesian youth. I first heard about IISMA from my class's WhatsApp group. However, it'd be several weeks later when I hear the whole information about IISMA. Just a disclaimer here, this is information I had about IISMA 2021. The first thing I did was list all the requirements and documents I needed to apply. These included things like GPA, transcripts, recommendation letters, among other things. For the transcript, I translated it myself using a guide from the department. The second thing I did was I contacted my international office to get a recommendation letter from them and to let them know that I was applying for the program. The third thing I did was register myself for an English test. However, since the application period was very short, the only English test I could do was the Duolingo English test. This is the same Duolingo which made the language learning app for Android and iOS. Since I've used their app before, I had a general idea of what the test was going to be like. There was two parts to the test. The first part was a mix of reading, listening, writing, and speaking. The second part of the test was a video interview based on the prompt. Thankfully, I was able to get the scores I needed. And fortunately, my department, computer science, paid for the fees, which were around $49 or around 700,000 Indonesian rupiah. Then I went through the list of host universities, their requirements, and the courses that they offered to pick the university that I wanted to apply to. After that, I filled in the rest of the application, uploaded all the documents, and waited and carried on with the rest of my life while waiting for the announcements. 2 days later, I got the announcement that I had passed the first round of selection and was invited for the interview round. To prepare, I reread all my essays and used internet interview questions to practice myself. I used mental bullet points to talk directly and flexibly. Practice consisted of me listening to myself and trying to continue talking. Finally, the day of the interview was upon me. The interviewer asked me questions mostly relating to my essays and my achievements. Finally, after they asked me all their questions, they wished me luck and the interview was over. After several weeks later, I got the announcement that I had been accepted at the program at the National University of Ireland, Galway. The next couple of months became quite hectic as I started to prepare for departure. And the visa application process itself was quite confusing due to the fact that we had oftentimes have to wait for the IISMA committee to sort things out on their end. But in the end, the departure date was set and the IISMA committee gave us our tickets. And on the 23rd of August 2021, at midnight, we departed from Soekarno-Hatta International Airport. And 19 hours later, we had arrived in Dublin, Ireland. A member of PPI came to Dublin Airport to help sort out our transportation from Dublin to Galway. After we arrived in Galway, our quarantine started and we were there for several weeks. After several weeks, we were free to explore the city. There was Shop Street where you could see numerous performers and magicians. They would perform and entertain people and bring more liveliness to the throngs of people out looking for the local food. And then there was the numerous places where you could get a stunning view of the sea and the Atlantic breeze. Meanwhile, classes had started again, and for the first time in 2 years, I was having classes offline again. Classes at Galway were held in huge auditoriums with hundreds of students at a time. I had a group project where I worked with people from diverse backgrounds and learned a lot about Irish pop culture from them. Outside of classes, I was involved with several things, including book club, mountaineering club, film society, and volunteering at the makerspace. And on weekends, I was going on hiking trips to the beautiful mountains around Galway with the mountaineering club. And then on occasion, I would go to trips outside of the city with my friends. However, in early December, exams started, and at the end of exam season, we left Ireland. After arriving back in Jakarta, we were ushered into the quarantine facility, and after 10 days, we were allowed to leave. And that was the end of my study abroad in Ireland. All in all, it was an unforgettable experience. It's one of those things people say you'll never forget for the rest of your life. And that's definitely true for me. Now, my journey in Ireland is over, for now. It's time for your journey. It's time for a new journey. See you in IISMA.